My name is Dennis Keck, and this is my vision framework for my staff. Staff, today we're going to talk about the vision that I have for our school and the vision that I think all of us should share together, and what makes that vision and how we're going to accomplish that vision. The vision for Gaylord Community Schools is that all Gaylord School students are empowered to excel by being adaptive and innovative, graduating with the academic knowledge and social skills needed for an ever-changing global environment and community. Now, it sounds like a big task, but that's our job. That's what we're here to do. In front of you, I have a framework of all the components of this vision that I think if we work together, we can create a very, very good learning experience for our students. In the center, you'll see that our central idea is about teaching, learning, and achievement. That's what it's all about. Our teaching, our students' learning, and our students' achievement. And there's many ways that we can do this, and there's many ways that we can get to that. Off to the right, upper right-hand corner of your format, you'll see the word collaboration. In my mind, that's number one. We have to collaborate in order to achieve excellent teaching, excellent learning, and excellent achievement. What does collaboration mean? Does it simply mean talking together at lunch, in the resource room? It's more than that. It's collaborating to work on our curriculum. And by curriculum, I don't mean just your textbook that you get and you start at chapter 1 and you get to the end. I mean working on our curriculum, which includes our teaching practices. We know what we have to teach. That's the easy part. We have textbooks that give us examples of what to teach. That's the easy part. But when I talk about curriculum, I mean working together to come up with best teaching practices. What's the best way that we can deliver the information that our students need to know? And that takes collaboration. That's why we have PLCs that will meet once a week to talk about students, to talk about things that work, things that don't work. Talk about ways we can make things better. Okay, so we're going to collaborate on our curriculum. Secondly, we're going to collaborate on our assessments. Traditionally, assessments are to give students a grade, say if they passed or failed. But I don't look at assessments that way. I look at assessments to drive our instruction. What is the goal? What do our students need to know before they go on to the next grade or to college? What do they need to know? And when you create a good assessment, you're creating an instructional practice that drives that knowledge. Our assessments need to be challenging, they need to be fair, they need to be balanced, they need to have an array of questions, and we're going to work together to develop those assessments for those students because that is what we need to teach our students, and that takes collaboration. Collaborating also means trust. You have to trust me, I have to trust you. I'm going to trust that you are doing your best every single day for your students, and you can trust me that I am working equally as hard to create a good learning environment for you and our students. Safety. I'm trusting you that you keep our children safe. Our parents and our community are trusting you that you keep our children safe, and I am trusting you. And you can trust me that I will do everything I can to keep this a safe environment. Civility. We're not always going to agree. We're not always going to like each other, but we must be civil with each other because we all are working towards the same goal. And if we work together and be civil, we can accomplish those goals. Across the way on the left-hand side, you'll see communication. Communication goes with collaboration. But once again, communication is more than just chatting in the lunchroom. Communication is good, effective communication about our school, our students, our curriculum, our assessments, working together, communicating between yourself and me, communicating with your parents. And we know that parents are sometimes difficult to communicate with, and sometimes they're not interested in it. But we owe that child, that student, the right to communicate with their parent, to help them get the best education they can. Communicating with me on equilateral terms. I will communicate with you, you will communicate with me. and we'll try to make this the best school possible. Our community members. In northern Michigan, our schools are the central idea of our communities. People relate to our schools. Many of our community members went through our school system and they're proud of it. It's a sense of pride. We need to have the community involved in our schools. We need to have guest speakers in. We need to talk to community business members. Ask them what are they looking for in their future workforce. What are the skills our students need? They need to be part of our school. And they want to be part of our school because they are proud of it. So communication and collaboration go hand in hand. Next is innovation. Sometimes it's easy to say I've been teaching for 20 years, it's worked for 20 years, and this is what I'm going to do until I retire. But there's so many neat and great things out there with technology and instructional practices that, yes, it takes time, and yes, maybe you need to change a few things, but innovation is key. That's what our vision says. We have an ever-changing global community with technology, job markets, and we need to stay in step with that, if not a step ahead. We have to be willing to innovate our practices, to make them better, to try new things. We need to be willing to accept technology and utilize that in our classrooms for our students, because that is what they are facing in the workforce. And lastly, this is a hard one. It's hard to talk about with all our changes, state level. It's accountability. Accountability with our professionalism and our expectations. With professionalism, as long as you, we need to be held accountable for our profession, for our job. And that is educating students to be prepared to be members of our society. And so you will be held accountable. I will have high expectations for you. And I want you to hold me accountable as well and have high expectations for me. Our students deserve that and our community deserves that. And the very first part of that accountability is check yourself. Keep yourself accountable, as I will do the same. Now we'll be talking about these things more as we go out throughout the year in our PLC groups, in our professional development, passing in the hallway, staff meetings. But just keep these things in mind. Our goal is to have the best teaching, learning, and achievement possible. And to do that, we must collaborate, communicate, innovate, and hold ourselves accountable. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.